Hi everybody, Michael Mass here and welcome to another edition of Michael Mass Eats, where I'm currently eating my way around Orlando. And here on Michael Mass Eats, I like to find the good places, the bad places, the places where I tell you you must stop here, and the places where I say, hey, stay away. So if you're looking for places to eat, whether you're a tourist or whether you're a local in Orlando, I'm gonna help you find those places. Today, we're headed to JINYA Ramen over here in Thornton Park. So let me tell you why I chose JINYA Ramen. JINYA Ramen here in Thornton Park is just one of 33 locations nationwide. Now, they are a small chain that was based off the West Coast, and my first experience with ramen in a restaurant format, not that stuff that you buy at home, not 10 cent, 20 cent, none of that stuff, but real ramen, was in Las Vegas at JINYA, and I absolutely love it. So let's go in and let's explore JINYA Ramen's menu and more about JINYA Ramen. So we're gonna take a look at the menu here at JINYA Ramen. First off, snacks, mini tacos, salads, rice curry bowls. As you can see there, a pretty good selection of starters, appetizers, things to get you going. They also have the small plates, which are the appetizers. I do recommend that spicy, creamy shrimp tempura there. As well, they have desserts, but those vary by location. These are the ones here at Thornton Park in Orlando. Let's get to the important part of this, right over here. Boom, this is why we're here. We're here for the ramen. They have such a diverse selection of ramen here. 10, 12, depending on the menu. All of it is like customizable to a point. Up top there, you have the traditional tonkatsu ramens. The tonkatsu spicy, the JINYA tonkatsu black are two of my favorites. We'll go down to the chicken-based broths. And out of that, the slurp up cilantro is new to the menu here recently and has became my favorite quickly. And last but not least, the vegetarian options. And I've also, surprise, surprise, had that spicy, creamy vegan ramen, and it was delicious. And if you like a little something extra in your ramen, all the way down that list, so many things there that you can put in there extra. And they always seem to have a special ramen of the month. That's what's going on this month. Let's go ahead and get to the food. First up here at JINYA Ramen is the salmon avocado that's served with the wasabi soy sauce. And I'm telling you, doesn't this presentation just look beautiful? Next up, they brought out the Brussels sprouts tempura. Now, is it just me or is everybody doing Brussels sprouts nowadays? It seems like I can order them everywhere. The third thing brought out was the takoyaki. This is octopus balls that are battered and fried. And once again, look at this presentation. I hope the food tastes as good as it looks. Next up, we have the JINYA bun, which is JINYA's take on the bao bun. Next up is the blushing blossom. This is a drink that definitely goes down a whole lot easier than it is to pronounce because of those two B's. But wow, isn't that drink beautiful as well? Everything is so beautiful. And now let's get on to the main dishes. This is the ramen. This is the spicy, creamy vegan ramen. That's with tofu and all of those vegetables. Second ramen brought out was the spicy chicken ramen, and this is obviously as it sounds. It's a chicken ramen that is very spicy, very delicious, and once again the broth here really stands out amongst other things. Last but not least, we are looking at the tonkatsu black ramen. Wow, I'm telling you, one of my 3 favorite dishes at this place is the tonkatsu black ramen. I get it almost every time or every other time I'm there, it seems like. Well, what an amazing meal here at JINYA Ramen. Don't forget, they also have a happy hour from 3 to 5 every day, so you can save a little money on food and drinks if you enjoy saving money a little bit. Who doesn't? Let's talk about the food and what we ate here at JINYA Ramen today. And we'll start off with that spicy avocado. Sorry, it wasn't actually spicy. A lot of stuff was. The avocado salmon, the salmon avocado. And I'll tell you this, I really wasn't a fan. And maybe because it was a little warm when I got to it, and it sat on the table from taking photos and things, so that happens. And we also know that I'm just not a huge fan of salmon, so maybe that's it. but I think it was well constructed. I do think that if you like salmon and you eat it when it comes out and not take photos like I did for a little bit there, it's probably really, really good. Next up, we'll talk about those octopus balls. I really like those. I enjoyed those. They might not be for everybody, but I will tell you, they were good. Nice crunch. The octopus wasn't chewy like it is sometimes, so I definitely recommend those octopus balls. And what do we got next? We got the JINYA bun. The JINYA bun was like a bao bun. And if you like bao, then you probably should like this. It was flavorful. Good taste, good texture, everything was good with the bao. Next up is those tempura Brussels sprouts. And tell me something before we get started on this. Does everybody just make really good Brussels sprouts anymore? Is there such thing as a bad Brussels sprout? Because they're not like I remembered. Every place does Brussels sprouts well to good to great, depending on the spot. And this is no exception here. JINYA Ramen with those tempura Brussels sprouts. I definitely recommend A, if you like Brussels sprouts, and B, if you just want to try them for the first time. Maybe get your kids to eat them, because guess what? They were really good, and I would order them again in a second. A nice little snack or a nice little starter to your meal. Let's go ahead and talk about those cocktails now. Now, that Blushing Blossom was really tasty, really enjoyable. I would order it again and again and again. You can give me refills, just pour me a pitcher. I really, really like that Blushing Blossom. Blushing, now that's easy for you to say. Now try to say, I recorded that 5 times a while ago, trying to say Blushing Blossom. Yeah, not an easy one to say 10 times fast. Let's talk about the stars of the show here at JINYA Ramen, and that is the ramen. First off, we'll talk about that spicy vegan ramen, which I am not a big vegan person and I'm not a big tofu person, but this came together nicely. I had a few bites of it and really enjoyed it, but I'll tell you what I would recommend on this. If you're not a vegan and you don't care about the vegan aspect of it, order that with chicken. I did it the last time I was here and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So the broth on that is really good. Everything is just really good with that. On to what was my maybe not so favorite dish this time around, and that's that spicy chicken. And I'll tell you what, it was good. Don't get me wrong on that. It was definitely good, but I'm just not a chicken person when it comes to ramen. It's not really my broth of choice. It's not where I like to go with things unless I'm doing something like fresh and flavorful. So, like, I would recommend that chicken broth with a Slurp It Up cilantro. Not so much for me on that spicy, but I'll tell you what, that is one of the most popular dishes here. So plenty of people love it. I liked it. I'm not knocking it. It definitely was good. It just wasn't to my, I don't know, what I like the most. We're about to talk about what I like the most. I like the tonkatsu black. I like the spicy tonkatsu. Tonight we had the tonkatsu black, and oh my gosh, this is so good. So rich, so flavorful, so amazing in so many ways. I'm telling you, if you're gonna come in here, I strongly recommend the tonkatsu black. It is obviously more of a pork, it's the pork broth. I normally get the ground pork in it, and that's the way I recommend it and the way I normally eat it. But wow, it's really just so good is what it is. And if you're looking to figure out what real ramen is, that's real ramen, and you definitely should get it. But you know what, I recommend all 3 of those dishes. I really liked all of them. I just didn't love, like I said, I didn't love the spicy chicken, but it was still good though. It was still good. Like, I could eat it every day. So I know what the question is, guys. What did I think of JINYA Ramen? Well, I think it's obvious. It's a 5-star, it's a must-eat. I love me some JINYA Ramen. And I say that because every time I go to Vegas, it's a must-stop for me. It's one of the first places I go, and I usually eat there once to twice a week when I'm in town. So, my stomach says yes. Guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, make sure to hit that like button, and if this is your first time here, as always, hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna get out of here from JINYA Ramen over here in Thornton Park. Until next time, guys, thank you for your time. Here's to life.